The temple that never closed long ago. In a small village near the sacred land of Vrindavan, there stood a beautiful temple dedicated to Lord Krishna. The temple was not grand or wealthy. Its walls were simple, and the roof had been repaired many times over the years. But the villagers believed it held a special blessing. The temple priest, an elderly devotee named Madhav Das, had served there for more than 40 years. Every morning before sunrise, he would open the temple doors, light lamps, and sing sweet prayers for Krishna. Devotees would come from nearby villages to offer flowers, fruits, and prayers. For the people of the village, the temple was the heart of their lives. One year, however, the village began facing difficult times. Many young people moved to the cities. Farms produced less harvest, and visitors to the temple slowly stopped coming. Donations became smaller and smaller. Eventually, the village leaders gathered to discuss the temple's future. "We cannot afford to maintain the temple anymore," one man said sadly. "Perhaps we should close it." The news spread quickly. When Madhav Das heard the decision, his eyes filled with tears. "My lord, Krishna's temple should never close," he whispered softly. That night, he sat alone before the deity of Krishna and prayed, "My lord, if it is your wish, this temple will remain open." The next morning, he continued his service as usual. He opened the temple doors, lit the lamps, and sang the morning prayers. Days passed. Even though almost no one came, Madhav Das never stopped performing the daily worship. He believed that Krishna himself was listening. One evening, during a heavy rainstorm, a traveler arrived at the temple seeking shelter. The traveler noticed the glowing lamps and peaceful atmosphere. He entered quietly and watched the priest singing with deep devotion. The traveler felt something extraordinary in his heart. After the prayer ended, he spoke to the priest. "This temple carries a rare peace," he said. Madhav Das simply smiled. "This is Krishna's home," he replied. The traveler turned out to be a wealthy merchant who had been traveling across the country. He was deeply moved by the priest's devotion. The next day, he donated enough money to repair the temple and support its services. News of the temple spread again. Soon, pilgrims began visiting once more. Villagers returned to offer prayers and celebrate festivals together. The temple that everyone thought would close became even more vibrant than before. Years later, people still remembered the priest's unwavering faith, because the temple never closed, not because of wealth or power, but because of devotion. And the villagers learned an important truth: when faith remains strong, divine grace always finds a way. Moral of the story: true devotion continues, even in difficult times.